hello ladies. Welcome to your favorite show on Flip TV Girls Closet. I am Hilda Elias, and on behalf of Flip TV I want to say a very big thank you to all our subscribers. Don't forget to like, share, comment on each of our posts. Now, as usual, I'll be hosting today's edition with two co-hosts. But before I introduce them, don't forget you're watching Girls Closet. Girls Closet. On my left, I have this beautiful lady you might have all recognized from entertainment news. I'm talking about no other person but Miss Chidera. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And on my left, this one will shock you guys, because for the first time we're having a male co-host, not even a male guest, or a male co-host. I'm talking about no one else but Yemi, also from entertainment news. I call him Yemi Black. How are you doing, Yemi Black?
I'm very well, thank you.
You're welcome to the show. Alright, now the topic before us today is divided into subtopics, but I'll just put it straight like this. Rape, the most silent crime in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, all over the world. Now the question is, why are some ladies afraid to voice out? We know there are many stories, we've heard of many incidents of ladies that have been raped before or sexually harassed in one way or the other, but they are usually reluctant to voice out or even to tell people about it, to even report to the normal authorities. They know that there are normal authorities to report this case to, but the issue is, why are they not voicing out? So that's what we want to talk about now. Now, starting from you, Mr. Yemi, I would like to ask, first of all, you're a guy, yeah, so you know mostly when we're talking about rape for girls, mostly it's definitely a guy who does that to girls. Oh. So I want to ask you, have you ever thought of raping a girl? Let me not say have you ever raped, but has that ever come to your mind before?
No, but I will not sit here and tell you, I'll tell you a big no. You know, there are times where, you know, that kind of thoughts comes through, not like raping, but the thought of, you know, and you see this person that's thought of just having her out yourself, yeah, but the ability, yes, it happens naturally, but the ability to control oneself, yes, that's what, you know, that's the differentiation of human beings who rape and people who do not rape. You know, your ability to control and be able to walk from your within and say, no, it's better I have a consent to doing this, you know. So.
All right, so let me ask, in case you have someone, you know of someone who has been raped before and that person didn't report the case, why do you think she kept that case back?
Well, stigma first. Stigmatization in this part of the world, you know, even within our household, within family members, within friends, peer group, church members, name anything, people around that, because there's that thought of, oh, when I say it, I was like, oh, I was raped by, or I was sexually molested by an uncle, a brother, an unknown person, a stranger, anybody. You know, that first thought comes to mind, and it will be that thought of, oh God, what are these people going to say? You know, even within some households, you hear some mothers will be like, just let it go. There's no point telling people, just know it's between yourselves. So people die of silence. And then a lot of ladies die of silence. They feel like they need to talk to somebody, and you know, they need to voice out and open their minds to this, is so that it can be a thing of the past.
So do you think it actually leads to self-esteem? Do you think self-esteem has a factor to play in?
Well,
are we calling low self-esteem?
Well, I wouldn't say low self-esteem on the guy's side who is raping.
No, on the girl's side. For the reason for her not voice now, maybe she has this low self-esteem.
No, I don't think it is. I really do not think it's low self-esteem.
It could be.
It could be, yeah.
It could be one of the reasons.
Well, maybe we're open to learning, but I feel like sometimes, like majorly, the reasons I feel, or one of the basic or major point I feel like is that stigmatization.
Okay. That is one big point.
It's just within families, peer group, friends, you know. So girls, you know, come out like, let me let it go. And it was, you know, the minute you talk about it, okay, for example, you come to talk about it, whether in a church, and then tomorrow, it happens that maybe the pastor's son wants to get married, and everybody wants to get married to that sister that got raped by 3 unknown men. You know, that's the stigmatization that everybody runs away from. So I feel like majorly it's because of the shame that comes with it. That's why people don't talk about it.
All right, Chidera, what's your take on this? Do you agree with him, or do you think there's another reason why women don't voice out?
Well, I agree with what Yemi has said. Really, shame has a lot to play in here. And then I will also say self-esteem, because some girls have low self-esteem and, okay, fine, they find themselves being raped or sexually assaulted, and they can't come out to say, okay, this is it, and this is what happened to me, and all of that, you know. So they would actually just tell themselves, okay, it has happened, so they get themselves messed up from there and all of that. So many things come to play. Exactly. And also, I think the fact that, not just the self-esteem, not just shame, the fact that they cannot be able to control themselves in the society, because this is things that have to do with trauma and all of that. So basically, girls or females would not be able to, they don't know how to express their feelings, because people feel they don't have proof. Some people, if you tell someone you were being raped, they actually think, yeah, you're lying and all of that. So they just don't want those kind of situations where people be like, you don't have proof of the fact that you were raped or you were sexually assaulted and all of that. So they just try to keep low to themselves, fight the demons in them and all of that. Yeah, basically.
Now, left for me, I would like to also add my quota. Yeah. I feel one of the another reason, or one of the reasons, is fear. That's another general thing, fear. Imagine a situation whereby a young lady is raped by someone in a top position, like a government official or a government official's son, and you're like, what do I have against this person? If I voice out, they will bribe the judges, I'll be the one to carry the shame and everything. People will just go, oh, this is girl that was raped. The guy who is responsible for
the victim,
who is responsible for making me like this, will just go scot-free like that. So many times just said, I can't fight this case, better I just give it up like that, and they keep
which was what Chidera said actually when she said prove evidence, because at the end of the day, you know, you can't just come, oh, he broke bottle, he injured me, and all that. Like I've read about a rape case where when they got to court and the lawyer, the accused now, his lawyer, when he was asking her, it was like, when you came, you pulled your slippers at the entrance of his room. She said yes. You got to his house. What happened? You know, so when in trying to defend herself, she said she got to his house, put her slippers, came into his house, he brought coke, she drank coke, and then he offered her bread. She ate the bread, and he told her to go and have a bath, and she had a bath, and you know, bottom line was, she didn't give him a pass, which was the concept, but you brought yourself to his house. And you know, you went to the bedroom, you had your bath, and
now,
you laid down.
Coming to that, date rape, I'll call that date rape. That's another reason. That's one of the reasons girls don't voice out, especially when it is date rape, because they feel they are guilty. They feel, I was the one who went out with this guy, or I was the one who went to his place. So that's why I had to. If I didn't go to this wouldn't have happened. So they feel like they don't have the right to tell everybody, because they know that if I tell you, I went there. So the question is, why did you go to his house?
Yeah, very true.
One of my friends secondary school actually went through the same thing. She reported the case as rape, and they dismissed it. They said it's not a rape case, as long as she was the one who carried herself and went to the guy's house. I said, well, she didn't say go ahead. So, as long as the guy forced her, rape is rape.
I'd paint this picture for you. I had this person back in the days that I was involved with. There was an armed robbery incident in the house, and after the thieves were done robbing and taking all the valuables and stuff, saw the younger sister, which was the last born, and wanted to have her for the night there, and she felt her younger sister was a minor who is just below the age of 16. So you know, in trying to help the sister, she offered herself to them instead of the younger sister, and they were like 3 guys and the other. So now with that kind of shame, do you think that she was going to voice out? Do you think she was going to tell anybody? Do you think, you know, she told me because we were dating at the time, and she felt at least to a certain level she could trust me. You know, I'm not saying it just to mock her, but I'm just saying it to enlighten people. You know, there's no way you can tell the general public or tell a group at church or something about this, that okay, you offered yourself for your younger sister just so that you would bail your younger sister out of, because you felt like she's minor, and besides she might not have even had sex before, and having to, that's another bad experience, having to have your first experience
in that manner.
Yeah.
Oh God, just like so I can imagine, you know. And when she eventually went to the therapist and all of that, and all of the things they told her or they asked her first was, I hope she's disgusted. Is she dating someone? She said yes. She said, I hope she's disgusted, because that's the only person that can help her that can help pull her up when she's down. You know, so I feel like shame.
Can I ask you one question? This lady that you were talking about, was her parents aware of the incident?
Yeah, it happened right. Not like I wasn't there at the time, but the sex part, I think they took her to the living room. They took all of them into a room.
Okay, so it was like a family house.
It's a family house.
Wow.
Yes, it was a family house. It was a robbery that came. It was in the middle of the night. They came to their house. Parents were sleeping. Everybody was in their room, and then they came. And then the younger sister, through what I was able to gather, I think she was wearing a more revealing nightgown.
Okay.
That's what attracted them.
Yes, so they were able to see one or two things and like, oh, come, turn around, you know, that kind of thing. I'm just painting a picture to have a clearer view. And in seeing what was happening and stuff, she stood up and like, she's still a minor and all that. This. So they told her to turn around. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like all of you are gifted in your house, you know.
So I think I will commend her braveness. I will commend the elder sister's braveness, because it's not everybody that will actually walk up or
everybody.
In a robbery case for that matter. So
no, but I well, not everybody, but I think that why would you let younger sister who is probably 15 to go through that trauma?
You won't want to, but this is a robbery case. This is a robbery case.
But the guys were done. No, the guys were done robbing. Like, this was a point where they were almost leaving.
Have you ever been in a robbery situation before?
I've not.
Exactly. So you can't talk from that experience, because I know what it feels like to be in a robbery situation, and then these people are armed and you want to come up and speak. So that's what I'm saying. I'm commending her braveness.
No, she actually raised her head up and told them, can I? So they actually told her to come up and talk. It wasn't like, no, so she seek their permission before she.
Not everybody have that braveness to even seek their permission.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. But in a nutshell, what we are still saying is the same thing. At least she was able to voice out to you and to a therapist. So that's the main thing. Now, some people don't even bother to tell a therapist or people in position like
but because
there's a hotline for survivors, rape survivors. There's a hotline you can call. People don't even bother to do that, and it's all boils down to what you said: the shame, and also what I was saying, the fear. In a case whereby someone is raped by her own father, it happens.
Yeah,
you won't even think of how you will be like, how will I even mention this to someone, even if it's a doctor? How about and say it was my father who raped me? You didn't even say a stranger or a brother, a cousin, all those relatives, and sometimes they even get threatened, especially if the person is a minor. They can easily get scared because of the
3 days ago. 3 days ago, I was reading a comment. I was reading a tweet, and this person, you know, she's like, today makes it, I think. Today makes it 15 years that she, you know, I think she was staying with her uncle, I don't know, that for every time she was in the kitchen cooking, the uncle would come, you know, back in the, he would tell her to do certain things to him, rub his chest, all this. So she was just, you know, she was just letting it out of her chest, and she's like, now he has a daughter. She's wondering what he would do if he can do that to her, her own dad was his younger brother, and she was staying with them at the time. Now she's trying to imagine what we'll be doing to his own daughter at this time. So I think it's just, you know, so you know, we could tame it to, some people say it's spiritual. So a lot of people say, you know, some people
mental.
Yes. Some people is anger, some people is sexual pleasure, and you know they have to get it at all costs.
But what kind of pleasure do you now derive from forcing a girl? The girl herself is not getting the pleasure.
The pleasure is not coming. Let me paint. I'm not making case.
Sadistic pleasure.
Yes, that kind of thing. I'm not making case for anybody. I'm just trying to tell you, make you understand that it's pleasure on his own side, because all that his mind has been made is just for him to come, which is for him to just have it and come, regardless of, you know, people can say, why not go to a brothel or just go by the roadside? You know, it doesn't say the need. It feels like, okay, most of these girls, you know, I'm just talking general on people who do, maybe who girls coming from the office at night, a girl coming from the office at night, people who just do these things, feel like this person, you know, she's clean, she's all of that. You know, a lot of things go into these things. Some people, you know, the ones that drive me crazy is the ones that do teenage girls like that. I think that's what has been it's been rampant these days.
Not just even teenage girls, minors.
I think that's what I mean. I'm 3 years.
And you expect these people to grow up with those trauma and all. So I think basically the teenage rape, I think most of them, you find it very hard for you to find a teenage girl who has grown, and then you ask her about her experiences, and she tells you it's very rare for you to find every rape victim, every teenage rape victim that tells their parents or their family members about it. They prefer to tell an outsider than their own family members.
And the funny thing, the irony of this thing is when they grow up, some when they don't talk about it, it now makes them wild, or it could make you never want to have it to, because for every time that trauma, that incident, for every time your mind wants to climb you, and then
you get a flashback,
and then they just ate sex, like they just ate anything that has to do with any form of intercourse, any form, and then you see they keep to themselves. It's just, you know, like she said, low self-esteem. It's just I don't know, it just kills you, because we're not talking about it. You know, when you talk about it and then you seek advice from various angles, you know, to boost, yes, it could boost you out. And you remember the case of the Big Brother, between the Keme and Tibos, you know, that was why they had to bring those who came to talk about
consent.
Yes, because it's very key. You know, it's in part of this world. Oh, you see stuff like, oh, we went out to have a drink and we go high. You know, but these things that we take for granted. If it was advanced countries,
they won't take it up.
It's just, you know, I can't just come and just tap you. It's assault in its form.
It's assault.
I can't just tap you. Like, okay, recently the guy, if there's a trend that's been following, I think it was last week. There's this guy. His name is Ashiwaju.
Okay, the guy who committed suicide.
Yes, he you know, the girls brought it to the Twitter world for us to see that, you know, and then in his own defense, he was like, how can you say I raped you when you were sending me news? But that's not enough for you to rape them, because she sent you news. He said, you know, they went to the club, spent more than 500, half a million.
So are you talking from the pain of the money you spent, or?
No, I'm totally against it.
Why you raped the girl.
Do you understand? For all his words, it was wrong. For all his words, the girls, you know, people had different opinions about the whole thing. We were like, okay, Twitter is no police station. Why have you not gone to file a report at the police station for us? At least you can't just bring it to. But the truth was, it is a grave offense, rape.
Yes,
and it's happening. Yes, and it's happening every day. It's happening.
Very alarming.
It's happening within family. Father, we can't begin to overtalk. As in, overflog this situation. I've seen where somebody, you know, there's a particular trend on Twitter where somebody was talking about how the dad slept. It was a guy now. He had 7 sisters, and the dad was sleeping with
one of them.
All of them. Yes.
That man is not normal. That's all I can say. So, and talking about men that are not normal, I feel another reason why women don't keep quiet, don't talk, is for the fact that they're in a relationship or marriage with their assaulter. I know of a woman, anytime she's not in the mood, the husband not just beats her, he rapes her on top. Like, why would you rape your wife? She has to say, even if she's your wife, she's your property. And the woman herself is taking that, I'm his wife, I belong to him if you want it. You don't want it, madam, so calm down. Tell the man to wait until you're ready. He doesn't have to rape you. And it's alarming. So women cover up for their men just because they are their men.
That's
not to report the case. It's a crime. A crime is a crime.
In Nigeria, it boils down to moral. It boils down to a lot of things, you know. In the advanced world, it's a crime, but in Nigeria, you will not. You will not call it.
Will tell you, you will not. Husband
you will not call the family meeting and say, Papa Ebeka came yesterday night
and said they wanted to have fun with me, and I'm saying
something they do you.
Exactly. So, but I think it's something that we really need to look into in this part of the
We
world.
really need to look into that part of the world. And before we go on a break, please, if you've been raped, no matter who did that to you, try to call for help. There's a hotline for rapists, or you can visit an online brain.ng.com. Just call for help in one way or the other. Voice out. I'm not asking you to make it public. You might not be afraid to reveal your name or your face, but just make sure the person or your assaulter does not go scot-free. Now we'll be going straight to the next topic right after the break.
Girls Closet.
Welcome back, folks. In case you're just joining us, this is Girls Closet, and with me on the set are Chidera and Yemi. We just finished talking about rape, why ladies are afraid to voice out, and now we are going to another more disturbing issue in the society, in Nigeria as a whole. Like, it's really trending and it's disturbing, and that is panties theft, or should I call it pants theft. You know, everywhere nowadays. Sometimes last week we heard that a pastor stole pants, had a bag of pants with him. Even in his church, his so-called church, he still had another bag filled with panties. Recently, two teenage boys were caught with panties. What's freaking out about panties? We heard that many of them are eager to drive logo Benz, this, that. Some say it's for ritual purposes. But the thing is, now, as a lady, how do you protect your pants, or what's going on now? Will you go about without panties, or how will you do it now? Chidera, you're a lady, so let me start with you. This is really, it's really alarming.
Yeah,
what's going on now? I feel I'm no longer safe. Why should we even join the pantless ladies club?
Right.
I know. Without pants, so they will not. Because even at gunpoint, I've heard of cases at gunpoint they collect panties from ladies. Like, what is it? Can't you just buy a fresh pants if you want to do money?
So for me, I don't know, but I don't think I want to ever get into the experience of someone asking me to put my pants.
Please protect us, Lord.
Exactly, and I even heard that the pants they even prefer more nice, the G-string. The G-string pants. You know, it was very, you know how Nigeria take things, like, so it was very funny. So someone, like, I saw online that you know, the Mercedes logo, you know, so it's the G-string thing, so they really want to drive logo Benz and all, so it's the G-string pants and all of that that are after.
Thank God I don't wear G-string.
So basically, man, it's really crazy.
It's crazy, actually. It's crazy. Yeah, what's your take on this? Your fellow boys are the ones doing these things.
On a lighter note, yeah. I saw a tweet yesterday or the first day. Well, a girl was saying, "Dear people who need pants, now this is the way to go. Why not go to other places where they sell benders, select,
At least you know you've got a pad that has been used by a white woman.
Another you give you dollar, you give you pounds.
This lady.
Like, so why you just doing the innocent Nigerian girls who are thriving out to survive?
And then we'll give you 9 hours.
You know, so but I think that I really don't know, but I think these trends and these things tend to happen more when we have political. If you check it, it comes, you know, anything rituals and all of those things, because this boils down to rituals and all of those things. People trying to make money, people trying to attain a certain position, political position.
But mostly it's Yahoo boys who do that.
There is no consensus for that.
Yeah, we can't prove that Yahoo boys.
So what I've heard is, you know, these men reach out to these boys and say, okay,
go get a lady.
Yes, so, ridiculous amounts are being paid to them, like, okay, 750k per pant. So if you get like 4 pants, man, if you get 2, for instance, you have like over
a million.
You get like over 1.4 you're ready for just 2 pants. You can't expect a big man who probably is everywhere for rally, who is everywhere doing his rally to be, but you know, he needs this thing for his ritual purposes and stuff. So there is no consensus as to whether it's the Yahoo or the politicians
or the drug lords
who are using these things, but whatever it is that these things are happening and they are true. Like, I saw online where an entry in Ijebu, an entry in Ijebu, where innocent people went to eat. And girls came with, these guys came with guns.
Yeah.
And then he told all the girls. So for the girls that were not wearing pants, they brought out pants from their bags and told them to wear for like 5 minutes.
Wow.
So you can see it's really crazy.
It's really crazy.
So,
why must you be desperate for money? Calm down and work. I know Nigeria is not a good country, sure, but that doesn't mean you should not be that desperate to do. This is
like I said, I was still saying it's greed for me. It's just greed.
It is definitely greed. It's just greed, nothing more. Like what is this?
Because when they tell you the pay is 750k for 1 pound, you be like, ah, you don't have
money. You just for 1 pound.
that's 2 pounds. 1.4.
You can. Are you sure you won't be tempted to do something like that? Yeah.
No, why should I? Like I have sisters. I have sisters. Why I wouldn't like. I wouldn't know. I'm not in that. No, so there's the point I'm making is or the point I'm trying to drive at is I wouldn't want these things to be done to my sister. So why would I want to do it
to someone else's sister?
Only if everyone have consciences like that.
Exactly.
Then Nigeria will be a good place.
So better.
Then we will not eat gala in the public transport and throw the light on. That's a good, but you know these things. You know the country. Yeah. I'm not making a case for this thing. Whatever is wrong, and the only people who can come against this. That's why the law enforcement. Girls have to. You have to know who you're with. Yeah. You don't just go in visiting every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Because like you said, greed. Most girls are greedy. A guy who drives close to you and he's driving a range, and then and then after much conversation, it's not properly. The date is supposed to be an open place, but because you're eager to see the things that he has, because she told you he stays in Banana or he stays in Ikoyi or he stays in Osborne, you're eager to go to his place, and then you go to his place, and things happen. I'm not saying that, I'm not making a case for whoever these guys are doing these things, but I'm just saying that for a girl, learn to to understand or learn to know people well before you start jumping into going to their houses.
All right. So what were you now say about those that their pants are being stolen, not because they went to a house and all?
That's what I'm saying.
Or at gunpoint. That one is definitely not their fault at all.
At gunpoint, that's where I'm not a enforcement agents. That's where they come in. When there's proper security, like we've been talking about community security, community policing and stuff. Let's be our neighbor's keeper. Let's when you. I could see, I could be far away and see people gather. I'm like, what's going on there? And then, try to reach out.
Do you even think these so-called numbers they put in place for you to reach out?
Have you tried calling one and it has not gone through before?
The only one I know I've tried calling maybe was the fire service and it actually worked. So? But for the police case, I knew when I raised my national ID card, they said it was free and all. And so, since it's free now, I'm a government child and all. I went there to do it and then they asked me to pay some money and all. So on the form.
That's Nigeria we AOD. It's not. I've had situation where
on the form they told me report cases where if they send this form to you, I called the number, they got that number, he rang, the person did not pick or whoever. So
that's Nigeria for you.
That's just Nigeria's problem. But let's not digress.
Yes.
Now the next question is, how do you think girls can protect their panties? Or how do they hide it? How do they stop it from being used by ritual? Some people decided to stop hanging their panties outside. That was how it all started. Seeing the pant hanging carelessly outside, maybe in a hostel or in a compound. People just take it. While some don't even wear pants at all. I know of a girl that she doesn't wear pants to her boyfriend's place again because she doesn't know what happened.
My other sister she's married now and she's happily married, she's with kids. My other sister wouldn't, right from growing up, she didn't maybe 2 or 3 pants. Like she didn't just pants was not a thing. Like those ones were just maybe the days she would wear gown. Those 2 or 3. So it was also she was used to the life. Even now that she's married, I don't know. I'm not with her in her husband's house. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, people have come up. I've been seeing a lot of funny videos online. People have come up with a whole lot of ways to help girls that if you need to go to your boyfriend's place and and you need to
get down.
hang it when you pull, make sure you're the one pulling it yourself, hang it on your head and then let him do what he has to do.
Let me see how you get the pants.
So because I had something funny that they replace those pants, especially because conversations before you go to maybe you've been prepping yourself knowing that you go to space for the weekend.
Okay.
I was like, babe, what pants are you wearing? Like, oh, that one you got for me. That's pink, or that purple, that's, you know, and then so he has,
you get a brand new one.
Like
yes.
Exactly.
So he drops the new one for you, and then he takes the old one. I also saw that people have been so desperate, people do it. So best thing is, don't get scared. Go there, wear it on your head.
Really?
Wear it on your head. So let him do what he has to do.
Okay, so what if, I don't know, but it's just
As funny as it sounds, it's working for a lot of people.
Yeah, it makes sense. But then again, if you're going to a boyfriend's house and you have trust issue, you don't trust the fact that
no, but really, seriously, why would you even be dating somebody that you fear, you don't know?
Put part on your head when you don't trust.
No, okay, let me rephrase. Not if you're going to your boyfriend, so if you're going to that side, like guys will say side chick, maybe that side guy, you ran into, and then you have to go to his house, and you know that, man, I'm crushing on this guy. I might fall when I get to space. You know, I just don't know how these things happen. You know, girls know, you guys know. It just happened. You know, when girls are trying to tell you, you know, it just happened. You know,
Alright then. I would just say for ladies, I'll ask you to really protect your pants. Like people are advising, don't spread it outside and don't walk in a lonely place. Many girls who are blocked of their pants at gunpoint are usually caught in a lonely area. Don't walk alone. Don't walk alone. Don't go to visit a guy you don't really know in his house. Please let it be public so that when you quickly shout, people can hear and come. And please be your brother's keepers. For those two teenage boys that were caught with panties, it was a neighbor who cited them. And they didn't keep quiet, they shouted, they had to call for help, and that's how those boys were caught. So please be your neighbor's keeper. And concerning the rape case, as I was saying, please also voice out. Don't keep it to yourself, because the more you keep it to yourself, the more it's killing you. Because sometimes when you open up, that's when you find freedom. Or when you confront those that have done such horrible things to you, that's when you find freedom. And before we go, Yemi will be giving us a statistics of ladies who have been raped and the number of those who can voice out and those who will voice out. About
7% of girls that actually voice out, while 3% of girls don't even talk about it. They keep mute about it, and then the remaining percentages are just the ones that are neither there nor here.
Yeah, don't sitting on the fence.
Yes.
Alright, Chida, just give us a sharp wrap up on the pants theft. As a girl, okay, what will you advise? What do you have to say to girls out there concerning how to protect their pants or something? Okay, so
I would actually say be careful. If you're going out or to whoever's house you're going to, always be sure you know this person very, very well. I would actually say for females who go out, probably to their friend's house and all of that, and they do a sleepover or something, be actually sure that you know this person very well. So in case anything happens, you know who you're going to.
Background check. Yeah.
So you have where you're going to and say, okay, this is it. My pants got missing here and all of that, you know. And so for those who think they could actually go out without pants, good for you, if that's what works for you. And then you just have to be careful, basically. Just be careful, basically. Don't be careless. And that's all we can take for today on Girls Closet. Please don't forget to like and comment and also share this clip. Till I come your way next time, I remain Hilda Elias, and she is Chidera. And he is
Yemi.
And together we're saying bye.